So you say critical thinking is a core learning outcome at Lane. You say you're going to create a rubric to measure critical thinking. Well, I want to be part of that. That is very important to me. Why? You only teach art. Well, actually, critical thinking and problem solving is at the very heart of art making. Art is a discipline like any other, with theory, historical developments, and an objective body of knowledge. Like a scientist, I must develop a hypothesis. I must think critically about my hypothesis to include a merger of technical, aesthetic, and conceptual elements. And these elements should reflect deep issues: culture, myth, history, theory, magic, humanity. When creating and analyzing my work, I must think critically about the result, make necessary adjustments, and solve whatever problems arise. As I make my work, I must ask myself, am I creating what I say I'm creating? Am I solving the technical, aesthetic, and conceptual problems I have embraced? As a teacher, I want my students, my fellow faculty, the world at large to understand art in this way. I want my students to think critically and solve problems from day one. But because I say I do it, does that mean I really do it? Am I teaching my students what I think I'm teaching them? Are they critically thinking? How can I find out if I am truly teaching critical thinking? How can I improve my ability to teach this skill? What projects clearly help develop this skill? How do I create evidence that I am teaching critical thinking and that creating art is in fact an exercise in critical thinking and problem solving? How do I do it? I assess. I use a rubric co-designed by my fellow faculty at Lane to measure this core learning outcome. I display academic integrity and courage to look and think critically at my own teaching. After all, I expect my students to demonstrate academic courage and integrity in creating their art. Shouldn't I do the same as a teacher? Ironically, if I want my students to think critically, I must now think critically about my teaching. As Lane develops more core learning outcomes, I will have the opportunity to assess teaching in other areas: creative thinking, application, engagement, and others. So if you have any interest in honing your teaching skills, in reflecting on your own teaching, or demonstrating to our community, to the world, the importance of what you do, I encourage you to get involved with assessment.